chance to really learn on the job before you actually get a chance to make some decisions. And I want to say that I learned a lot from Sue. And I learned the fact that Sue is what we talk about Rotarian. She embodies all of that in everything that she says and does. She always tries to do the right thing for the club. That's very important. And whenever we had difficult decisions, I've always noticed that she always tried to find common ground between the dissenting views. And finally, what always impressed me about her was when she tried to make decisions, she always tried to do what was fair. And that certainly is part of the four-way test. So what I'd like to do, and thank you, Sue, thank you for everything that you've done for this club, not only in the past year, but going forward as well. So we can give Sue another round of applause. And I'm sure there will be many more applauses like that for you, Sue. Now, before I get started with introducing the new leadership team, let me just say that I want to give a real heartfelt thanks to the 2008-2009 leadership team. You know, it was a very challenging year for a number of reasons, and they brought us through, and I think did an outstanding job in the process. But I'm also very excited about the 2009-2010 team. And so I'm going to go through that very quickly. And I also want to thank Sue for recognizing my wife and daughter, because I always try to do that, because once I forgot, and my wife told me about that. And so to keep peace in the valley is something that I never forget. Honey, I'm recognizing you. Okay, we're going to start off with the president-elect, who gets a chance to watch me for a year and be very critical if you want to, and perhaps improve some things on my mistakes. But that's Doug McLemore, who's also a new director. Doug, please stand up and just wave when I call your name. As you heard earlier, our new secretary for the coming year will be Brian Geis. My criteria for finding a secretary was someone who had less hair than I did, and that was Brian, and I want to thank you for making me look a little more hairy up here. Steph Patterson, speaking of hair, Steph Patterson will be our treasurer again in the coming year, and little does he know, that's a lifetime appointment. Thank you, Steph. Continuing at Sergeant of Arms, and all the way in the back is Fred Taylor. This was a job. This was a tough one. And Fred's been doing that for a while, and I really want to thank you for stepping up, Fred, and continuing to support us. My first vice president will be Bruce Peterson. Bruce, please stand. Bruce has a very keen mind and a lot of insight, and we'll be relying on him quite a bit in the coming year. Second vice president is Harriet Downer. Where's Harriet? For 2 years in a row, and thank you very much. And our new 2009-2010 directors is Carol Duncan from the Duncan team. Where's Carol? Over here. Thank you, Carol. Kisa Lamontagne. Where's Kisa? Over here. Thank you. And of course, Doug McLemore, who we talked about before, and then Earl Wright. Earl's in the back here. As far as committee chairs, the club services will continue to be led by Jim White. Where's Jim at? Right here. Thank you, Jim. Many, many years of service from Jim White. Communications, we have a new person in this role. Very energetic person, as I'm sure you will agree, and that's Irina Buckley-Hopkins. I asked Irina to do this job, and the next day I got a PowerPoint with 20 pages of what she was going to do. Look out. Denver Center for International Studies, Randy Dunn. No one's going to get this job from Randy. He does such an outstanding job. He made me sure of that. Meetings, Doug McLemore, who probably has more jobs than anyone else in this club at this point, and thank you very much, Doug. Membership, Will Snyder. Will's here somewhere. There he is. This is a key area for us. I'm going to talk about that, and we'll be talking about that over the coming weeks as well. Our new den mother for this year, followed behind Peg, will be John Klug. Where's John? There he is, all the way in the back. Thank you, John. And as you heard, the Rotary Foundation support will continue to be led by Marie Wheatley, who's not here today. Rotary International Programs will continue to be led by Peg Johnson and Harriet Downer. Peg and Harriet. And we have a new candidate. Thank you, Peg. Social activities. Want to spruce this up a bit? So we asked Jay Yates. We're going to have a lot of fun this year. World Community Service will be led by John Stewart. And John is all the way in the back over here. Youth Services, Deb DeMuth. And Deb is not here today. Other, and very important, and I'm going to talk about that, and we'll be talking about it over the coming year, is our Centennial Committee. And after a lot of negotiation, Andre Van Hall is going to continue to lead that effort and take us into the 100th year of celebration. And Doug McLemore has one more job that I performed this past year, and that will be the District Executive Committee representative. You'll really enjoy that on Tuesday nights. Okay, for our fundraising chairs, Branch Rickey will be led by Donna Holteen, who I did see somewhere here today. Donna's somewhere here. I guess I missed her. Oh. Over here. There you are, Donna. Okay. Pete Sale. This is Peach and Pitt again. Carol Duncan and Jay Yates. And then taking over for Chuck Everill, who has done an outstanding job, I've gotten to know very well since I've become a member here, will be Chuck Thompson, will lead the foundation. And where's Chuck at? He's out raising funds. I like that. I love that. Okay, so let's give everyone a round of applause for stepping up and volunteering for this next year. Now I'm going to talk about my goals, and I want to just say a few things about what I think our club will be focused on in 2009 and 2010. But first I want to let you know that I consider it an honor and a privilege to serve as the president of this club for the next year. It's a responsibility that I'm going to take seriously. I commit to you that I'll give it my full attention, and I'll make every effort to make it a success. And I also want you to know that I will always put the club first. You know, many years ago, I was invited to my very first Rotary meeting, and it was in Cleveland, Ohio. And I had a few more strands of hair and a little less poundage then. But I remember walking into the meeting, and the president of the club stood up and said, "We're going to eradicate polio worldwide." And that really resonated with me. And that resonated with me for a couple of reasons. It resonated with me because it was such a significant and meaningful objective. And it was also something I realized couldn't be done by one person. It took a group of people to perform something that. So from that respect, it was bigger than just one person. And that's what made me think, right then and right there, that I wanted to be a Rotarian, because I wanted to be part of something that was significant and that meaningful. And also realizing that I could never do anything like that on my own. And that's the beauty of Rotary, because we're a group. We're a bunch of individuals who come together and perform tasks that are mind-boggling, that are much bigger than what any one person can perform. And it's with this in mind that our theme in 2010, 2009, 2010 will be engagement. We will focus on